Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the terrifying story of The Nun 5, a movie that takes a pretty standard road trip and turns it into an absolute nightmare.
And it all starts, just like in the film, with this one desperate cry for help that seems to come from nowhere. A sound that literally drags a group of unsuspecting friends into a horrifying mystery that's been buried for decades.
Okay, so let's set the scene. The story kicks off with a situation we've all probably had nightmares about. Your van breaks down in the middle of nowhere. But what starts as a major inconvenience, well, it quickly spirals into a fight for their lives. So picture this, right? You're completely stranded. The sun is just beating down on you, there's zero cell service, and you are miles and miles from anything. That's the spot this group of friends is in. And one of them, Maria, she's different. She has this way of sensing things that nobody else can. So while everyone else is stressing about the van, Maria hears something on the wind. It's faint, but it's there. A scream of pure agony. She asks her friends, "Did you hear that?" But they just stare at her. They heard absolutely nothing. She can't shake it. This voice is pulling her, so she just starts walking out into the desert. I mean, what are her friends supposed to do? They follow her. And where does this mysterious voice lead them? To this incredibly eerie, forgotten church that looks like it's been waiting for them. And this, right here, is where the real mystery kicks in. Because before they even think about going inside, they stumble onto the dark history of this place and the story of the restless spirit that's said to haunt it. At the very heart of this whole thing is a local legend from back in 1993. It's all about a nun named Sister Dolores. The locals called her the Miracle Mother. So what's her story? Okay, you gotta hear this because the legend is wild. So Sister Dolores becomes pregnant while still being a virgin. And as the pregnancy goes on, she supposedly develops the power to heal people. It gets so big that the Vatican starts looking into it, wondering if her child could actually be the second coming. But then, just 1 week before she was supposed to give birth, she vanishes. Poof. Gone. Her and the baby never seen again. So naturally, stories started popping up to explain what happened. You've got 2 main theories. The first one is just tragic, that the baby was stillborn, she died of a broken heart, and they were both secretly buried. The second theory, much, much darker, that she was snatched by a satanic cult to stop the birth. For years, nobody knew the real story. And this is where our group goes from being curious tourists, checking out a local legend, to becoming its next victims. When they first get to the church, they run into this super hostile priest. He wants nothing to do with them. He's not offering shelter, not offering help. He just basically tells them to get lost, right now. But it's getting dark, and, the desert at night is full of things like wolves and snakes. So they have to make a choice, and they make a call that changes everything. They ignore the priest's warning and decide to sneak into the church for shelter.
And they almost immediately know they've made a terrible mistake. Maria just collapses, and when she speaks, it's not her voice anymore. It's the voice of another woman, someone who calls herself Dolores, and she's begging them, pleading with them to find her baby. Yep, Maria is now possessed.
And from there, things go from bad to worse fast. The huge church doors slam shut and seal themselves from the inside. They are trapped. And just moments later, some unseen force attacks and brutally kills their friend Roger. They are locked inside with the killer. So they're panicked, they're grieving, and they realize their only way out, their only chance of survival, is to figure out what this spirit wants. They have to solve the mystery of what really happened to Sister Dolores. They start tearing the place apart, searching for any kind of clue. And that search leads them to a hidden room, Sister Dolores's old quarters. And inside, they find it. A dusty old book that holds all the answers. Her diary. And that diary just blows the whole miracle story to pieces. Turns out, the pregnancy was no miracle at all. Sister Dolores had a secret lover, and she was just drowning in guilt over this huge lie they were telling everyone. And then they find the one clue that changes everything. In the diary, she writes about a very specific, unique mark on her lover's body. A burn mark. A very obvious one, on his right hand. And boom. It all clicks. That hostile priest, the guy who told them to get lost,
They realize with just pure horror that he has that exact same burn mark. He wasn't some guardian of the church. He was Sister Dolores' secret lover.
Now that they know the truth, everything is about to come to a head. All the lies from the past are about to collide with the terror they're facing right now. So, the priest comes back, and he is not messing around. He's there to kill them and keep his secret buried. As they're running for their lives, they find a secret passage that leads down into a hidden crypt. And what they find there, oh man, it's the skeleton of Sister Dolores. But that's not all. Right next to her is the tiny skeleton of her baby. The truth is finally out. The priest killed her to hide the scandal, and he just left their baby to die. And in that exact moment, with her child finally discovered, the spirit of Dolores appears, and she is furious. Her child has been found, and now it is time for payback. The spirit of Dolores finally gets to confront man who betrayed her, murdered her, and left their child for dead. Which leaves us with this one big, haunting question at the end. What was this all really about? Was the spirit in that church just a vengeful ghost looking for payback? Or was it something else, something more powerful? The undying, unstoppable love of a mother, willing to do anything, even from beyond the grave, just to find her child and finally get some peace. What do you think?